Hello and welcome to another video for Monster vs. God. This video will be a little different than previous videos. The previous videos on this channel have dissected the minds and actions of the two protagonists of the show, Light and El. But this video will be about another character, one who never makes an appearance in the show or the manga, but has the weirdest relationship to El compared to anyone else. And his name is Beyond Birthday. Let's start with his backstory. Beyond Birthday, or B, to keep it simple, was a strange young man. He was brought into an orphanage known as Whammy's House as a child, possibly since birth. Whammy's House isn't a normal orphanage. The reason any kids are brought there is to groom and condition them to become L's successor, and B was in line to become one of these successors. One key thing to note about B is that he possesses a bodily tool that only gods of death can wield, that being the Shinigami eyes. With these eyes, B is able to see the name and exact time of death of every human being he comes across. And when you grow up with those kind of eyes, of course he was going to be insane. As far as his appearance goes, he is described as having dark messy hair, dark circles under his eyes, a hunched posture, and maniacal laugh. Minus the laugh, he is being brought up to make it seem like that this is El himself. But it isn't. It's actually Beyond Birthday imitating El in the creepiest way possible. After leaving Whammy's house, due to the stress of being El's successor being too much for him, this further hastened his insanity, and he would eventually go on a killing spree in the greater Los Angeles area. However, little does he know that there's an FBI agent named Naomi Misora working behind the scenes, looking for the perpetrator of these very murders. Every murder scene had a voodoo doll or a note attached to it that would indicate the next attack. So not only was B completely unhinged, but he was definitely not your average serial killer. And despite the creepy imitations of the man he was modeled after, though in a warped and demented manner, he was intelligent in his own way. He figured if he couldn't succeed the world's greatest detective, that he would go on to become the world's greatest criminal. However, he didn't account for Naomi Misora to follow the trail of breadcrumbs he was continuously leaving behind. In a last-ditch effort to make this case an unsolvable one for El, Beyond Birthday sets himself on fire to commit suicide, make his body unrecognizable, and make it so the perpetrator would never be found. But then again, he did not account for Naomi Misora. Eventually, she finds B, kicks down the door to the room in which B had tried to burn himself, and arrests him as the perpetrator of the Los Angeles murders. A couple years later, during the events of Death Note, he would mysteriously die in a prison in California of a heart attack. Like I said in the beginning, Beyond Birthday never makes an appearance in the show or the manga. And throughout this video, all the pictures shown of him were pieces of fan art or fictional depictions of him, and not officially released by the creator, animators, and so on. Outside of that, no official artwork can be found of Beyond Birthday anywhere. And the official title of the slew of events is called The Los Angeles BB Murder Case.